So that's going to take us all the way out here to Voli. I guess we gotta go here first? Is that the route it was taking? I think so.
Blast that ship!
I love the feeling after a perfect jump.
Whoa, what is that? The Almagest. Yeah, that's a little concerning. We should be able to go. Yeah, now we can hit Voli.
Ha! What a ride!
Approaching ship.
Switching grab,
You've entered
drive
three-star
to
collective
normal
space.
propulsion.
Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
Just H2O and that's it. Is this just a water planet? H2O and benzene. Cannot land here, cannot land here. It's just a water planet. This is like a Camino type of deal. Interesting. Yeah, let's land. There's no other choice. Gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be a water planet.
Sight is clear. Descent starting.
Whoa. Yeah, look at that place. And I guess that's the Ryujin Tower then, that big tall one there. So I remember seeing the concept art for this place. This does not live up. This does not live up to it in the slightest. I'll just be honest. I still can't get over that you clip through the wall there. That's nuts. I guess we can take the spacesuit off. Does anyone have anything to say?
Mm-hmm.
He's just got personal questions. Andreja probably
Yes.
has nothing.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, we are done.
Alright, out of the way, everybody. Where's Walter Stroud? Did he already leave the ship? Probably already left the ship. Yeah, this place sucks. It has fauna? I mean, I guess it would have life, right? It's probably fish. Ooh. That's a real tempting jump to make. I won't do it. I won't do it, but it's tempting. I'm very curious to see what happens there.
See that shroud covering Neon? Believe it or not,
You're looking at the only city in the settled systems that powers itself from lightning.
That's, odd and unusual. I was gonna say, it was getting struck an awful lot. Alright, Walter.
Smell that? Construction, incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass.
Chasm bass?
A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source is far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice.
People are getting high off of fish?
Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora.
Whoa, what happened to your lip syncing there? Alright, let's get going.
We need to stop by the Stroud-Eklund offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this.
Huh. So are you following me? He is indeed.
The Stroud-Eklund offices are in the trade tower. You're doing Constellation proud.
Interesting. Welcome to Neon. Alright. You gotta cross this hyper dangerous bridge. Yeah, don't trip, don't slip, don't fall. Even though it is covered in water. It's just a long way down.
Looks like some sort of checkpoint ahead. It's probably designed to suck the credits directly from your pocket.
Great.
See that shroud covering Neon? Believe it or not, you're looking at the only city in the settled systems that powers itself from lightning.
Yes, you said that already.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Akadimbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo, if you know what I mean.
Only guess, yep. Talk to Saburo, even though they said don't talk to him.
My mother wanted me to be a doctor. A doctor?
Yeah.
Mothers, am I right?
You didn't hear this from me. People joke, say those Varun zealot, not interested.
Thank God.
Don't move, Nesha!
What's this about? Cut the act. Sniffers picked up the Aurora you're carrying the second you step through.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire. So, what was the plan, Nesha? Smuggle the Aurora into Aquila City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, so honest mistake, right? Come on, can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayer's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it. Let's go.
Speak to him in jail. Yeah, it's literally just dumping quests on us.
Okay? New around here? Make certain you familiarize yourself with our rules and regulations regarding the transport of Aurora. After all, you don't want to end up like Nishar, do you?
What's Aurora?
Aurora is a hallucinogenic, which is legally available for purchase in Neon.
I assume you can give me a quicker rundown?
Certainly. And for your own good, I urge you to listen carefully. First and foremost, the interplanetary transport of Aurora is strictly forbidden. Anyone caught transporting the substance through this checkpoint will be arrested, fined, and jailed if necessary.
I can legally carry it around the city.
You are free to carry and use Aurora anywhere within the city limits, yes.
but I use it for medical purposes. Well, I wouldn't dream of it.
Good. Then you won't have any problems from me. The other regulation you should be aware of is that Aurora is only available for purchase in the Astral Lounge. Buying it
Why?
from any other business or a street dealer is illegal. You will be arrested,
Why?
fined, and jailed for participating in such a transaction.
Is the Astral Lounge like a government facility? Where's the Astral Lounge?
You can find it inside the trade tower. Take the elevators up to the terminal building and head across Bayou Plaza. You can't miss it.
Got it.
Perfect. All right then, that's it. If you have any additional questions, let me know. Otherwise, keep your nose clean and move along.
Why was I scanned by Freestar ships when I entered orbit?
Volii Alpha has a unique agreement with the Freestar Collective. We allow their ships to patrol the spaceways, and Neon Security maintains the peace within Neon itself. The only exception is the Freestar Ranger outpost located in the city, but Ranger Price fully cooperates with our department.
How did a chem like Aurora become legal to buy and use in Neon?
Aurora is the #1 product produced by Xenofresh Fisheries, the company that originally founded what is now called Neon. Clinical
Really?
studies sponsored by Xenofresh have proven that using Aurora has no long-term negative health effects, and so it was approved for public use. And before you ask, yes, this was also approved by the Freestar Collective, as long as Aurora stays within the city limits.
That's insane. What the fuck? Alright. How'd you end up getting stuck with this lousy posting?
Lousy? The hell are you talking about? Outside of work in the Astral Lounge, this is one of the most secure jobs you can get. Do you have any idea how many people get turned away from Neon Security? How about half the damn platform? No, I'm one of the lucky ones. Spend some time in Ebside and you'll see what I mean.
What's Ebside?
Worst part of Neon. Basically, it's the outer perimeter of the entire platform. We're talking poverty, drug dealers, lowlives, and gangs. It's not worth a visit. If you want to enjoy your visit, stick to the safer parts of town.
Doesn't really seem like there's any safe parts of town. Fucking drug dealers, bitch. You guys are dealing the drugs. The fuck? What does that even matter at that point?
Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there. Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced
Oh, this place is...
corporation in the
It's a big shopping mall. This looks like a mall. This is literally, you look up, that's the mall roof. What the hell?
Want to challenge your instincts and hone those corporate skills? Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Alright.
Submit your application at the nearest kiosk.
There's just so much shit in my face right now.
Everything good?
Plus the music.
Nothing to report?
I'm also just kind of looking, are any of these people important in the slightest? I love how there's literally a fucking sign that says Ebside. You just, this is the poor part of the neighborhood. Yeah, don't go here.
Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city.
What are you referring to? The fact that there's a big Ryujin building right there? The apartments? Fuck does that even say? Tactical? Jesus Christ, I couldn't even read that.
This sucks. Tell me something I don't know, Sticks.
Affirmative. The word nurdle refers to a blob of toothpaste placed on the bristles of a toothbrush.
No, Sticks, I didn't mean to literally tell me. Yeah, forget it. Good talk.
This guy's got a robot, and it looks horrendous.
Yeah? What do you want?
Look at this dude.
If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop. Just keep your hands where I can see them.
That's an awful way to treat a customer. What are you afraid I'm gonna do?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff things in your pocket and run. Rob me at gunpoint. Shoot me in the head. I've survived on Neon far too long to take any chances.
Well, I don't want any trouble.
Good. Then just buy what you want and get out of here. If you don't like it, talk to Sticks. He runs our, complaints department.
A robot can't handle complaints. Who's Sticks?
See that giant Model A right over there? Yeah, that's Sticks. And if I were you, I wouldn't get on his bad side. He has a very short temper.
Well, you won't have any complaints from me. I'm just here to spend some money.
That's more like it. You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Sticks like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit. I mean, look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal.
Why do people give you a hard time about having Sticks around?
I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to Sticks, and Model A robots, they're not really programmed for casual conversation. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. Hell, maybe I am.
How'd you and Sticks end up together?
I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payments stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and fell from the upper platform. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting Sticks up and running.
Why is he called Sticks? Why isn't that an option? Well, I could track down the person who defaced Sticks if you'd like.
You'd do that? Huh. Okay. Maybe I misjudged you.
Why would someone spray a robot with graffiti?
Look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm not the most popular guy on the block, and that suits me fine. But this person took it too far, made it personal. I'm not about to let some delinquent hassle the only friend that I have.
Well, I could pay for the paint removal if you want.
I appreciate the offer, but it isn't about the money. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the Sticks.
Why is Warlord... Or kill him, Jesus. Why is Warlord targeting you?
Warlord's one of the disciples, one of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Sticks put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since, mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me. And he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for.
So I should kill this man. It sounds to me like they're a genuinely dangerous group of people and they need to be put down. I know it's none of my business, but what happened to your eye?
It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder. Slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too. Until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash.
Well, what you got for sale?
Help yourself.
It's got a couple of advanced weapons, but nothing that I haven't really seen before. This randomly switches to explosive rounds. That's dumb. So hard targets have been popping up now. And this is like supposedly the only actual sniper rifle in the game outside of a mag sniper. Yeah, I think I've pretty much seen every... Oh, wow. Yeah, I've pretty much seen every gun in the game at this point. Whoa! It's in black. Dude, that's pretty slick. Holy shit. That's pretty cool. Alright, I gotta have that. I gotta have that. I can't not have that. It's in black.
You ever get nightmares, Styx? About the war?
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
I get what you're saying. You just want to forget, but one's got nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
No one understands, you stupid piece of tin. That's the problem. Sometimes, Styx, I wonder how things would have been different if I took a different path. If I flipped the coin of life and it came out heads instead of tails.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query.
Oh my
Please
god.
rephrase.
Yeah, you got a point. I would have screwed it up either way. You know, Styx, crime in this city gets worse by the day. Vandals, thieves, gangs.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
What don't you understand, Styx? Crime happens because the people in charge let it happen.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
Yeah, you're sorry. You're always goddamn sorry. Try actually doing something about it for once.
Welcome to Neon Tactical. All weapons are currently 0% off.
Who spray painted your chassis?
I'm sorry. Your inquiry is invalid. Neon Tactical deals in weapons and armor for use in combat, for paint, and home decor. Please visit the appropriate vendor.
What's your relationship with Rennick?
Frank Rennick is the proprietor of Neon Tactical. My primary function is security and protection.
I'd like to file a complaint.
Affirmative. Your complaint is noted.
Are you programmed with a personality matrix?
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
I haven't given my complaint yet.
All complaints are set to be ignored or returned with violence. As a result, the nature of the complaint is irrelevant. Only the person filing it is recorded. Goodbye.
Great.
The other day, Styx, I met a miner from Gazal.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get her either. Not at first. But then I realized she wasn't a miner. She was a gold digger. How did I know? 'Cause all she ever wanted was mine. Get it? Ah, you get it, Sticks. You're laughing under that thing, I can tell.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
I imagine that's just going to continue for indefinite amount of time. Alright, Trade Authority. Hello, sir.
Waste my time. Yeah? Buying, selling, or moving?
I think I'm leaving. Well, a good day to you, too.
Alright, smartass, let's cut the bullshit. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price. So, instead of wasting my time making me explain how the business world works, let's get a move on.
You don't seem to be too afraid of getting caught.
Getting caught? By who? Neon Security doesn't give a crap, and the Freestar Rangers here are a joke. Look, let's stop playing games. We both know what I'm talking about. Now, what'll it be?
How does the TA manage to stay off the Freestar Rangers' radar?
Hey, I'm not here to rattle any cages. We get along just fine. As long as I stay out of their business, they stay out of mine. On the rare occasion that I've run into something that's red hot, Ranger Price swings by as a follow-up, we put our heads together and figure it out. It's never really been a problem. You can ask him if you like.
I can say it again.
Hey, I'm not here to rattle any cage. On the rare occasion that I've run it, it's never really been a problem.
Interesting. Alright, well, I don't really care.
Find anything else? Make sure you bring it to me.
Looks like he's the only guy here, too. Alright.
Submit your application now to the nearest kiosk. Staying hard to outfitters. If we don't have it, we can get it. And if we can't get it, no one can.
What the hell?
You wanna head to Euphorica after work tonight?
Nah, I'm feeling a little burnt out. I think I need a break.
How about hitting up the rooftops and watching lightning hit the span?
You know, that actually sounds like a good idea.
Great. I'll bring the blend, you bring the chunks.
It's a date.
Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters. Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters. Everything you need to explore the settled systems. If I don't have it, you don't need it.
What exactly do you sell?
The question should really be, what don't we sell? We carry a wide assortment of equipment perfectly suitable for stellar exploration and extraplanetary excursions. Best selection in Neon.
I'll take every artifact you have in stock.
An artifact? Are you making this up? Well, like I said, if I don't have it, you don't need it. But I have a lot of other things you need. I've spent years perfecting my business by polling customers, measuring sales, and carefully adjusting my inventory to cater to just about everyone. So take your time, look around, ask me questions. You won't be disappointed.
It's pretty hard sell you're pushing.
Am I? Forgive me. I tend to forget how annoying that can be. I have a lot of overhead in this place, and just between you and me, I am up to my eyeballs in debt. This is a prime spot, right next to the spaceport terminal, but the bills and the rent here are astronomical.
Are you usually this open with your customers?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It can be off-putting, I know. I picked up the habit from my mother. She was an extraordinary woman, made friends instantly wherever she traveled. Wise as well. If she was still alive, she would have told me to move my shop and cease paying these exorbitant fees.
Well, choice business. Fucking. Sounds like someone didn't do proper financial planning to me. Well, choice business locations aren't cheap.
Sure, and going in, I expected it to be expensive. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the details of my business all day. You're here to shop. So why don't you help out a poor shopkeeper like myself and buy something?
How long have you been in business?
I've been at this location for the last 8 years, but I've had a business in Neon for almost 20. As soon as Ryujin broke ground on the tower, I knew the city would start swarming with people, so I went all in. I love this business. It's my life. I can't imagine doing anything else.
Maybe your store would be more successful outside of Neon.
My dear mother would have said the same thing. The fees here are quite expensive, and I'm barely making ends meet. But I've always been quite stubborn. It has not always been easy, but I've been at this location for 8 years, and I won't give up. My business is my pride and joy. You won't find another store like mine on Neon, so please support my business with your patronage. You won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Absolutely. Here's everything I currently have in stock.
Huh. You know, I was really expecting a quest to come out of all that, but he was really just talking a bunch of nonsense.
Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there. Fill out an application. But here at Reliant Medical.
Jesus Christ, the advertisements never end.
Hey there. Got the shakes, huh? Don't worry. Doc Manning will fix you up.
Is it that obvious? Yeah, haven't zoned in like a week. My whole body feels like it's crumbling.
Yeah, coming down off Aurora isn't easy. Took me months to shake it off.
The doc, he isn't gonna, rat me out to anyone, right?
You kidding? No one cares if you're addicted to the stuff. Hell, that's what they want.
Well, if it worked for you, I hope it works for me. I'm sick of feeling this way when I can't get a fix. I'll just rest until the doc's ready to talk to me.
Yeah, big drug problem here in this place. Where is the doc?
What can
there he
Reliant
is.
Medical do for you? Oh my goodness, another poor soul. All right, tell me what happened to you. Is it an Aurora overdose? Something else, perhaps?
Aurora overdose is a common problem here?
Unfortunately, yes. You see, the more Aurora that a user absorbs, the more resistance their body builds up to its active ingredients. That means the user needs larger and larger doses in order to feel its full effect. Eventually, the doses get so incredibly large, the user's nervous system simply can't handle the overload.
Well, I don't use Aurora.
That's a very wise choice. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant Neon, I'd love to offer you a free checkup, but I'm afraid I'm dangerously low on supplies.
Damn. Well, that's unusual for a medical supply company. Yeah, that's going to that's going to the Burger King and they're out of burgers. Like, goddamn, dude.
I can assure you it isn't by choice. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard and he doesn't seem to care. We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply chain is his newest tactic.
Have you tried taking this to a higher authority?
I've spoken to the people at Reliant Medical Corporate, I've talked to the Freestar Rangers, I've even gone to the Freestar Collective Council. Every answer is always the same. We're working on it. It's corruption at the highest levels. Ugh. So aggravating.
Well, Bayou obviously has a stranglehold on this entire city.
Then you understand what I'm up against. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volii system to bring me medical supplies. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do for you, anything at all, you just let me know.
How exactly does Aurora work?
Aurora stimulates the neural circuits in the brain, specifically targeting the neurotransmitter serotonin in the prefrontal cortex. This causes significant sensory hallucinations, both auditory and visual. That's the enticement factor. As you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. They need more Aurora to satisfy their cravings.
Is it possible to break an Aurora habit?
Well, it's completely dependent upon how long the user's been addicted. People have been using for, say, 2 years or less. I've been able to put through a full detoxification program successfully. But there are others who have been addicted pretty much all their adult lives. And I have yet to try and cure someone who hasn't relapsed.
Well, relapse happens. Relapse is something that just happens eventually. Someone's going to have a moment where they relapse, and that's fine, because then they just have to go through the works again, and then they're good for another 6 months or a year, or whatever, however long it takes. That's just something that is known. But anyway, clearly the writers don't know that. I can help you with your medical supply problem.
That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about anyone other than themselves for a change. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport.
How will we sneak the supplies past the spaceport authorities?
There's nothing to worry about. As long as packages aren't coming off a commercial vessel, the authorities won't scan them. That's why this has to be done slowly and methodically. If I get too much all at once, they'll catch on to my scheme.
How can you possibly afford to pay for your own supplies?
I use the proceeds from my paying customers. And by cutting a few expenses here and there, I'm able to use a bit of my own money. It's not a bother, really. The cots here at the facility are actually quite comfortable.
Oh my god. He's living at the fucking doctor's office. Well, I hope you won't get in trouble for this.
Don't worry about me. You just watch yourself. Administrator Bayou doesn't like people that rock the boat, if you catch my meaning. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the nurses there. She'll get you started. Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful it'll be for the poor folk that live in Ebside.
Okay. How do you know Abby Edding?
We both apprenticed under Mary Cartwright at the medical facility in Aquila City. Spent a heck of a lot of hours working together. Abby and I got along exceptionally well. Don't get me wrong, we're just friends, of course. She's young enough to be my daughter. I almost felt bad leaving her behind when I was hired to work for Reliant in Neon, but I knew she'd do well wherever she ended up. Reached out to her a few months ago when I ran into trouble here, and she's been helping me ever since.
Huh.
Try not to get hurt out there.
Interesting. I will say there is a neat aspect of interconnected, like, molecules of people. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the doctors seem to just know each other because they all mentored under a certain doctor or they apprenticed in a certain place. And find out which room Natan is in. Oh, right. That was another quest we were doing. Yeah, I almost completely forgot about that. That's a pretty bad phrase to use there. Man, there's so much crap in this place. Alright, we have enhance. Let's walk in here.
Beautiful, unique, original.
Bored.
We've been here an hour already. Maybe you should have figured out what you wanted before we came.
I just never thought I'd have the credits to be here. I don't want to screw it up.
Welcome to Enhance. If you're tired of seeing that same old face in the mirror every morning and you're looking for something different, we can help. Our state-of-the-art machinery uses a patented proprietary technology that can reshape your facial features or give you a new head of hair. For a small, one-time fee, you can enhance yourself and bring a big, warm smile to your brand new face.
Plus, it's me, you know.
What's wrong with
This one thing to
yours?
screw up options on a ship or computer.
How'd you end up working at Enhance?
I actually owe this job completely to my girlfriend, Valentina Gurov. I don't know if you've met her. She works over at Xenofresh. When I arrived here 2 years ago, I met her at the Astro Lounge. We talked, I told her I needed a job, and she got me this gig. Cool, huh? It's a little scary, though. The person I replaced totally vanished. Like, poof. Valentina said they probably had an accident or something. She's helped me out with this job so much. She even brings me business from time to time. People she sends my way. It's the best.
Not sure how I feel about that. That feels like a mob thing. I'd like to ask you a few questions about enhanced services.
Of course. Ask anything you like.
Is it safe?
Absolutely. We're proud to feature a no disfigurement guarantee. If for any reason our machine doesn't perfectly replicate the look you selected, we'll make it right. That's the enhanced promise.
You offer any refunds if I don't like my look?
Ooh, sorry. No. Once the process is complete, the sale is final. But don't worry. Our system will allow you to see what you're going to look like before you commit to the change.
Is the change permanent?
Unfortunately, once the process is complete, it can't be reversed. However, if you don't like your new look, you're always welcome to return to your original look by undergoing another treatment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, that's it.
So, would you like to undergo a treatment?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
If you're looking for a new you, I'm always ready to help.
I'm good, man. Don't need surgery or nothing.
I want to change.
It still blows me away that, like, you can just go and get Enhance and still end up looking like a goddamn monster.
Oh, beautiful, unique.
I really don't understand that. Like,
James Newell better watch his back. He's causing problems. No percentage in causing problems in Neon.
Talk to James Newell. God damn it. Who the fuck is that? That's Benjamin Bayou?
Bayou's ego was as combustible as helium-3, he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship in the settled systems.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. What a jerk to have a giant statue of himself plastered in the city. Genuinely. Like, that's... This, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of BioShock Infinite, when, dude, I don't remember his name, but the villain when he just has his face plastered on everything. And they did that hardcore. I don't remember much about Infinite aside from that. Hello, who are you?
Hey, if you hear about any entry-level job openings, let me know. I've been trying to find an office job, but all of them require like 5 years of experience.
What skills do you have?
Well, I went to school for business, but it's not like I remember any of it. In my last interview, the recruiter asked me what I thought about Keynesian economics. I asked her, which planet is Keynesian on again? And she just looked at me and cringed. I don't blame her.
Where have you applied so far?
Keltcorp and Stroud, but I haven't heard back, and that's threatening to cut off the cred spigot.
Oh. Well, Ryujin's hiring, if you heard the announcement.
That's exactly why I haven't applied there. Way too much competition.
I mean, you might as well. It's not gonna fucking hurt. Is there a job you'd prefer?
To be honest, I don't really know what I want. I just know that if I don't find something soon, my parents won't just disown me. They'll have me stripped for parts.
Well, I guess I actually can't help you.
Keltcorp and Stroud.
It takes a while.
But I need the credits now. And even if I do get hired, who knows when that first paycheck comes in?
Well,
good luck out there.
I guess there's nothing I can do to help you. It's just... You're just telling me your problems.
Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you? Thanks
do you
for
have any
choosing
unique
Terra.
dialogue?
If I can help you with
Nope.
anything, just say the word.
I'm good, Sarah. I'm not having any problems right now.
Hopefully we'll see some.
You look cool.
Only if you have what it takes to do tracker work.
Oh, you're a Trackers Alliance guy. And you're a poor homeless man.
Ever wondered how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
What's this place? The Emporium. There's just so much to look at here.
So, why did you drag me in here? You said you wanted to buy something nice for your girlfriend, so here we are.
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune? This place is way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
Yo.
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a
Holy
class all by
crap.
itself.
I haven't seen one of these in
Take a look around.
whole
If you
minute.
find something, I'll help you out, okay?
Jesus. That's a lamp? Piggy bank, VHS tape, the motorcycle man, and skull of some kind of animal. Get the wooden desktop globe. Oh, there's different globes that you can get.
Look,
Ooh.
man, have a heart. I can't pay right now, but I'll spot you next time, okay?
Do I
Oh.
look like an idiot? Tell me, do I have a sign that says idiot taped to my back?
No.
I love how so much of this stuff is just falling on the ground.
Damn junkies. You pay the posted price, or you don't get anything at all. I'm running a business here. I don't give handouts.
Okay, okay. Jeez, sorry.
Yeah, this is the Emporium, man. The
Yes.
stuff here is
Can I
incredibly
help you?
valuable and just
What's up?
falling on the floor. Yo, hockey stick, look at that. Moby Dick, a book that everyone seems to have. There's a scroll holder here, too. Hello, sir.
Are you sure you're in the right place? You certainly don't look like one of our usual clientele.
Damn, I almost wore my entitled snob outfit today. And what does your usual clientele look like?
I cater to the high-end client. Affluent, intelligent, and successful. In Neon, that would be what we call the upper 10%.
Damn, I almost wore my entitled snob outfit today.
I take it from your tone I've made an error in judgment. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few, shall we say, thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods.
Take him out. Kill him. Well, you know what? If I'm to be honest, that's kind of the opinion I've been having lately myself. Where it's just like, yeah, they just keep robbing. Kill him. Fucking beat the shit out of him. Get him the fuck out. Teach him a lesson. God damn. I just love that that's the first to take him out. Fucking kill him. Get rid of him. What's Seoka?
The Seoka Syndicate, of course. I'm surprised you haven't run into any of them. They're a group of organized criminals who use threats and violence to push their own agenda. And honest people like me tend to suffer the consequences. They're based out of Neon, but no one is certain who runs the syndicate. Could be anyone.
Talk to the authorities. They'll help you out.
Ah, yes, the authorities. Neon security. Corrupt, bumbling idiots who couldn't solve a crime if it occurred right in front of their faces.
Sadly, I think he's right. Neon security isn't going to do anything about the problem.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with?
What types of goods do you sell here at the Emporium?
Oh, I carry all sorts of unique items from across the settled systems. Luxury products for the discerning buyer. I'm not one to boast, but my shop won me my position as Administrator Bayou's personal decorator. His penthouse is my pièce de résistance. Before I forget, I also pay top credits to travelers that bring me unique baubles and trinkets, so keep your eyes open as you explore the spaceways.
Well, I'll see if I can't handle this Headlock thug for you.
Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go.
Why would a Seok gang hang out at Grab and Go?
No one knows. Seok are sleek, well-dressed mobsters. They aren't low-life gang members. Why they choose to hang out at a run-down little convenience store like that is beyond me.
I'll try to reason with him first.
Whatever it takes. Just don't go getting yourself killed on my behalf. Anyway, that's really all I know. Head back here when you've taken care of the situation. Good luck.
Can you tell me more about Headlock?
I believe he's a newer member of Seoka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewers. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about it every time he comes in here. He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you can find him roaming the street somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. Look, if he somehow disappeared, you'd be doing everyone in Neon a favor. No one would miss him, no one would care.
So he's advocating that I kill him.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I am curious to see what he sells. Holy shit. He sells all sorts of cool knickknacks. So this is a guy you go to if you want to buy something, oh wow, that you don't normally find lying around. Exotic wood. Funky spear sculpture. Oh, what does that say? This product can expose you to chemicals known to cause cancer, birth defects, and... okay. Alright. Interesting. Fun! What a fun little object. Yeah. Nautical compass. That's cool. Yeah, just all sorts of cool stuff. He even sells the Elder Scroll if you really want it. Solomon's Calculations. Whoa. That's an expensive book, too. Interesting. Spyglass case. Not the spyglass, though. Interesting. It's stupid. Alright. He doesn't really sell anything too crazy, but...
Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items.
Yeah, interesting stuff there, for sure. What a neat place. So we've just got like 700 quests to go like beat the shit out of people. So we've been to Seaguard's Outfitters. There's the spaceport terminal, that's where we came out of.
Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I suppose we should pay it a visit. Purely for exploratory purposes, of course.
Oh, really, Sarah? You want to go to the Astral Lounge? You want to go to the place where they just do Aurora for fun? Yeah, that's right, back up. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Let's go to the Mining Lounge. Mining League?
See?
Curious, what do they mine here?
Look at this place. Ridiculous, right?
Why would someone open a mining supplies business on an ocean planet?
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't believe this place is still open. I give it a few more months before this loser packs it in.
Ah, don't be such a jerk. We should look around and see if there's something we can buy.
Yeah, sure. You want to waste your credits? You go right ahead.
You look like a person.
Take it easy.
Nope, never mind, I was wrong. Antimony. Oh, wow. Well, if he's got the cesium under a microscope.
I'm gonna need a discount.
I'm sorry, my friend, but prices are set in stone. I'm afraid I cannot provide any discounts.
Oh, come on, man. Where am I supposed to go mining on Volii Alpha? It's nothing but ocean. Look, I'll pay 50%, but no more. You should be happy, you know? I don't exactly see any customers clamoring at your doors.
No, I cannot do that. You have to pay what everyone else pays.
Have it your way.
Here to purchase some mining goods?
Nope.
Welcome, welcome, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a new face.
What exactly do you sell here?
Isn't it obvious, my friend? I sell mining supplies of all shapes and sizes, as well as many, many hard-to-find types of ore. Everything I sell is carefully portioned, securely crated, and ready to be delivered right into the cargo hold of your ship.
Oh, business can't be that bad.
I'm afraid it is. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volii. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day.
Yeah, that's a real tough break. Without any help, what'll happen?
I don't know, my friend. I suppose I would be at Neon's mercy. Just another failed dreamer, walking the streets and living in a sleep crate.
Damn. Well, perhaps I could help.
That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose.
Why do you think you aren't getting much business?
Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volii system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You would do that for a total stranger? Bless you, my friend. Bless you. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business, and you were the final element that was missing. If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group.
Can you tell me more about this last-ditch business plan?
Many in Neon keep to their own, and I believe this is why we failed. James Newell and his Merchant Alliance friends are on the right track, but all they do is spend their time complaining, never solving. We must unify, band together, and help each other out. Then, when one of us falls, the others can reach down and help him rise from the dust. In the meantime,
we
want
to
refer
unionize
people to each other's shops, perhaps even promote sales together. It would benefit us all.
Without any help, what'll happen?
I would be at Neon's mercy, living in a sleep crate and walking the streets, I'm sure. But with your help, perhaps I can avoid such a fate?
Perhaps. It sounds simple enough.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful. You have no idea the weight you have lifted from my shoulders. I appreciate your help. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, please, let me know.
Well, what do you have to sell?
Certainly, my friend.
He's got weapons. Arc welder. Oh, okay. He's got, like, tools. Deep mining. Deep core. Just greasy miner gear. And he sells a bunch of resources, so that is kind of useful. So he's the equivalent of that mining girl on Aquila City that sells rocks. Interesting. Okay.
Please let me know when those flyers have been handed out.
That's not really a tough one to do at all. Let's keep going down the stretch, see what we can find.